With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, fucking Star Wars, fucking Star Wars, fucking Star Wars. That's horrible, and never, ever, ever do that. But it works, though. The Star Wars with Game of Thrones. I'll have to find a way to make it work beat-wise. But we're going to be hearing a lot of that going on over the course of the next couple of years, because Game of Thrones creators are going to write and produce a new Star Wars series of films. What? Don't get me wrong, I am in no way against this. I mean, like, my nipples are hard. They can cut glass, sort of thing. Like, my nipples are so hard, they would run the Bloods and the Crips at the same time. That is how hard they are for this. Game of Thrones is a show I adore. I freaking adore. And as you guys know, I happen to be a Star Wars fan. I'm rocking an Ewok shirt, all right? Fuck the haters. All I'm saying about that one. These guys coming on board to work in Star Wars is something that's really cool. Because also I can just, I want them to destroy Rian Johnson. I want that to happen. Although those movies are going to do their thing. But it says here that Game of Thrones creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss are going to write and produce a new series of Star Wars films. The new series will be separate from the main episodic Skywalker Saga that started with Star Wars A New Hope and is slated to wrap up with 2019 Star Wars Episode 9. It will also exist independently from the Rian Johnson helmed series that was announced last year. Thank God for that. David and Dan are some of the best storytellers working today, says Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, in a statement. Their command of complex characters, deep story, and richness of mythology will break new ground and boldly push Star Wars in ways I find incredibly exciting. You know what this means? You know what this means, right? Like, there's only one way this can go. Okay, they're going to do a series of films. All right. But they're gonna have to take it to television. Like, you know that. Like, you freaking know that freaking this. I'm going full on speculation mode right here. But we know for a fact that Disney is getting ready to launch a streaming service in 2019. All right. Who has the hottest show on cable television like ever right now? And that is Game of Thrones. That's HBO's Game of Thrones, which wraps up next year. You sons of bitches. I have to wait a whole year. But the point is, it's coming to an end, which is going to free up these guys. And there was that show Confederate that they wanted to work on last summer that they talked about, where the South had won and it had divided the United States, and it was going to be a drama. And a lot of people were just like, whoa, 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 man, hold up here. That's racist. It wasn't, but whatever. It's telling a story. But that, I feel, is probably going to die, because HBO's response to that was, we maybe could have handled it a little bit better, guys. We maybe could have, like, handled this a wee bit better, which is true. They could have handled it a bit better, but you were never not going to get that reaction. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. So that story practically is probably gone. Right? Or these guys are just going to be producers in name only. It's going to be a totally different show, but I guarantee you, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss are not on it anymore. Okay, that's not going to happen. So what they're going to do now, and this is what Disney is doing. Disney is setting these guys up to rock a Star Wars series for years to come. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. These guys are working on their own Star Wars saga. All right, so they're going to do a series of film, and then they're going to take that and they're going to transfer that to television for the streaming service, because we know Disney is going to be making Star Wars content for their streaming service. And what better way to get in there and just not only fuck with Netflix, but really mess with Amazon and Jeff Bezos as well, is to bring the Game of Thrones guys into Disney, into Star Wars, to tell a Star Wars version of Game of Thrones, respectively. Again, nipples so hard, they would cut diamonds. Okay? Like, that idea right there has me, I'm ready. Because I think it's great. It also comes at a time of transition for Benioff and Weiss. Game of Thrones, their sprawling fantasy epic, will end its run on HBO in 2019. The show has been a massive hit for the premium cabler and has been hailed by fanboys and critics alike for its ability to mix spectacle and political wrangling. Game of Thrones is adapted from George R. R. Martin's books. Benioff and Weiss previously announced that they were developing another series for HBO called Confederate. However, that show generated a great deal of controversy over its plotline, an alternate history series that imagines the American Civil War ended in a stalemate and slavery remains legal, which some deemed insensitive. HBO declined to comment on the future of that series, basically meaning that it's probably dead. Mostly because Amazon decided to counter that, by the way, with the show was it called Life or something? I don't know. It's about like basically like the like basically I think it's like an alternative version where like blacks got their own, like a black ethno state or something. Essentially, I have to go back and look at what it was. That was more about like hope and overcoming what happened from the Civil War, which I agree with. In the summer of 1977, we traveled to a galaxy far, far away. We've been dreaming of it ever since, Benioff and Weiss said in a joint statement. We are honored by the opportunity, a little terrified by the responsibility, and so excited to get started soon as the final season of Game of Thrones is complete. Hell yeah. That means as soon as that shit is done, as soon as that is done, they're moving on, which means a 2021 release date of this movie. Guaranteed. 2021 release. Maybe even a 2020 release of this first film, depending on how fast they want to rock it. Given the fact these dudes have executive produced a series that has shows that look amazing, that have operated on a budget of $6 million roughly an episode, shooting in an ultimate like 9 countries is where they shoot this show. You know, they're going to be able to take that and really, really, really focus it in. And if they put a political angle on it, that will translate so well to getting a television series. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen here. I have a feeling we're going to see this do some movies, and then by the 3rd movie, it's going to launch a TV series strictly for Disney's streaming service. And that, of course, is going to kick some serious ass. Now, it does say here that Disney did not give a timeline for when these Penn films will hit theaters. On an earnings call, Bob Iger said that the two men have approached the studio with an idea a while ago. Even though the duo made their name in television, Iger said they were not interested in doing something on the small screen. Their interest was in crafting a series of films that are Star Wars based. To my knowledge, they didn't express an interest about a series, but that doesn't matter, man. That doesn't matter. All right. Game of Thrones gets like 45 million people watching it when it comes out. And then that many people also torrent the show. Okay. Like they know how to wrangle fans into watching this, and bringing over just the guys behind Game of Thrones to do Star Wars is going to help Disney push for that series. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. That's I'm calling it now. That's my speculation. Whatever they're going to write is going to tie into a series, and Disney will fund it. They won't even question it. They will give them whatever they want, and this is exactly where it's going to go. And oh man, I'm so happy. I'm so excited for this because yes, I'm a Star Wars fanboy. I have no problem admitting that. I'm a Game of Thrones fanboy. Even though season 7 kind of felt a little bit like fan fiction, just saying, I will admit that, because they had, you know, fewer episodes to wrap up so many storylines or to set up the finale. It's still awesome, and I cannot freaking wait.